Hey, good morning. So we're going to be heading downstairs. We're currently in Chongqing, staying at the Ascot, and today is Sunday, and we are meeting up with one of our friends, and he's got a brand new Tank 500 he's just picked up, and he's driving it all the way back to his hometown. So we're going to go down and check out the Tank 500, which is the new facelift model, and we're going to go for a drive in that and just see what it's like. So let's see what Mr. Wu has got to offer us. Let's go. Hey, 你好，你好。
你好，你好。
Where's your car? Is this it?
That's his car. No, this here. Yeah,
Underneath.
Yeah.
All right. So Rico's having a drive of the Tank 500 facelift. So as you can see, look at the interior, it's completely changed. To see the center console, it matches the new Tank 300 that we were doing the Takalman Desert. So the engine and drivetrain is exactly the same as the current model that we're about to receive in Australia. So you've got the HI4T, which is the Hi4T, which is a plug-in hybrid. So this is essentially a plug-in hybrid. Another thing that you can probably notice is you'll see on the cluster here, the radar is completely different to us, and it comes up here. It's got like a thermal overlay image on the, have a look at that, how cool that is. So see the cluster there? It's got a full thermal overlay image. Now I'm not sure, I'll find out the specs on this. It's pretty cool. So look at this, he's unlocking the QR code. That's how you get out of the car park. So see, he just got his phone and scanned the QR code, and that's how we're gonna get out of the car park. China, everything works off your phone and QR codes. So there's no more, ticket box that you need to go to. You just scan the QR code from your phone. This car has the Shuxi suspension. Now it's at stock height at the moment because Mr. Wu wanted it stock height just for his own purposes. He doesn't want it to be too high. So it's got the upgraded suspension. It's got the upgraded feel of an upgraded suspension, so it handles a lot better, and you do get better articulation. However, the ride height is very similar to OEM. We don't get this two-tone interior in Australia at the moment, which is quite a nice little, I like it because it's not going to be, it's not like the white that they do. They do like a real white that my uncle's got in PNG, but this has got the two-tone, so it's like a real nice camel color. And then you've also got the upgraded center console. So the center console, see the air vents are completely different into the current Tank 500. You've still got your rear controls, so you've still got all your aircon. As you can see, we've got the center console. This is an upgraded center console, so we don't get this center console in Australia. It's got your two cup holders here. All right, and then you got your center touchscreen. So we can unlock this, you can control all your seats. So your seats and your AC can be controlled from here. You can also see your navigation as well on here, control your music and all your functions. Above here, it looks to be, we've got a 15-inch center screen. So for the rear passengers, they can watch TV in here, and then you've got all your gesture control as well. So you've got all your gesture controls like in the Aura that we reviewed, which is really cool. So you can pinch to double click to open stuff, and you can navigate using your fingers. On the side, you've still got the standard blinds that we have in our Tank 500s currently in Australia. Okay, so I'll just put down the window. As you can see, we're in full autonomous driving at the moment, which is a really cool feature. This is in the facelift. The previous model doesn't have this. So hopefully we get this one day in Australia. You see when the car's in autonomous mode, see how it went blue and now it's flashing yellow light because we're turning left. Okay, so Rico is now not touching anything.
The thing is automatically doing
it. The car's literally doing a U-turn. Okay. So Rico's not driving. We just did a U-turn from over there, and look, full autonomous. That guy just overtook. Holy moly! Double lane, full send. Let's go. Chongqing, baby. He's using his mobile phone, which is completely normal in Australia, in China. Look, Rico's not driving. The car's driving itself, and it's in a very, this is a difficult situation, Rico.
It's a very difficult situation.
So Tesla just released their version full autonomous FSD. in Australia. So there's obviously been a few reviewers showing how it works with the FSD in Australia and the Tesla. But in China, all the cars have autonomous. It's just Australia's, we're not allowing it yet. So I think it's only a matter of time before they bring autonomous driving for the Chinese vehicles as well. So the technology is there and it can be done. It's just the Australian laws. But how cool is Chongqing? This is the major bridge that crosses the Yangtze River. At night, it is amazing. Chongqing is a mega city. There is 32 million people in this city, which is more than the whole of Australia in this one city. It's insane. The infrastructure here is nuts. The lighting at night. This is Hongyadong, which is the old ancient town, and this at night is magnificent. It lights up, it's spectacular. I might do some footage of it. I have got footage from previous trips here, as this is my third time here to Chongqing. It is quite an amazing, because you've got the old architecture situated with all the new style buildings and old style buildings. So across the river here, we've got all the new buildings. This is probably the most safest I've ever felt driving with Rico, so I'm quite happy. Normally I'm panicking and normally there's aggressive braking, but the car is doing a better job than Rico's ever done before. So this is pretty cool. This is new to me, and look at this. This is like really difficult situations. Chongqing's not an easy place to drive. Well, the whole of China is not an easy place to drive. Now, if you drive up there, you can also see there's, I'll take Rico up there later. So this is where the different levels are in Chongqing. So you can think you're on the ground level, however, you're definitely not on the ground level. So it's really cool. You can be like 30 floors above ground level, but you think you're on the ground level because there's a petrol station. Sorry, what was your name?
My Chinese name or English name?
English name or Chinese? Stephanie. Okay, we've got Stephanie here, and she just used voice activation. She said, "Tanka tanka," and then she asked the screen to open. So that was pretty cool. So the screen's open. Now we can get access to anything. So you've got all your apps down here. So your app drawer. So you can have TikTok, Douyin. You can have Douyin? Douyin? Or no? No. Okay, you can't have Douyin or TikTok on here. I'm sure there's a way to hack it. But yeah, so you've got your app store, so you can watch your videos and movies on here, which is pretty cool. Ado, let's see what it does in this situation. This Ado is trying to pull out in front of us. The car was trying to figure out what's going on. So there you go. It let him in. And how cool is that? The rear vision's all digital as well. So I've always had digital LCDs on my cars with canopies because it's much easier. We always supply and fit LCD screens with a rear vision mirror with built-in dash cam, so front and rear. But this has got it standard, which is really handy. Cool thing I've spoken about many times in our videos, yeah, on the factory navigation you can see the remaining time for the light. So you'll see up here, see it says 27, 26, 25. It's showing the remaining time for your red light. So you know how long before you're about to take off, which is really cool. We're sitting in the back of the Tank 500. Another thing is the suspension is amazing, isn't it, Rico?
Yes.
It feels so good, really comfortable, really compliant. I wouldn't think the car's modified at all. It feels better than factory. So, but this Shaxi suspension, we're working closely with them and they're going to be developing suspension kits for us. We've already been developing it for the BYD Shark and we also have it for the Canon Alpha. So I know we've got our nitrogen, but this is going to take over our current nitrogen range and we're going to be changing over to Shaxi. So it's rebranded for us and suited for our Australian delivered models. So that's why we're over here at the moment, because Mr. Wu works quite closely with Shaxi, so that's why we've been in contact with them and we're making our connections so that we can sort of improve the suspension for the Australian market. Now Shaxi is also going to be a factory fitted suspension for the Chinese vehicles. Currently they use another company, but I believe they are changing to Shaxi. So there you go. Anyway, so cruising around the Tank 500 in Chongqing. Oh, did you see that? It saw the bus coming. Whoa, that was crazy. So we're in this lane and this, I don't know, these cars just merged straight in front of you. But I'm sure that camera got that on the roof because that bus was coming in hot from the right and it just like, not slammed the brakes on, but it definitely gave a few. That was a bit of an aggressive term from it. Holy moly. So Rico was just saying that this car is probably one of the only cars on the road that has full autonomous, with an internal combustion engine. So everything else is obviously a mobile phone running around, and it's a lot easier to control a car with less components. Like this car has an electric motor, a combustion engine, a gearbox, differentials, everything, whereas an EV has literally an electric motor. I still think the system can be improved, 100%, and there's definitely better systems on the market in China. I've watched many reviewers review other full autonomous driving with LiDAR on vehicles in Chongqing, and they do a lot better than this vehicle. I think it is doing quite well considering the environment, and yeah, like look at this, man, this is a complex changing on the lane, holy moly, it's mental. We literally nearly lost my DJI off the roof. I didn't realise we were going into a car park, and I was looking at my phone, and then luckily I just looked up at the ceiling and I saw one of the height crossbars, and it only took my camera off, but it was in time-lapse mode so you wouldn't see it. Now we're testing the auto parking. All right, so there you go, our test drive is done. So in the back, it's only a 5-seater, this is not a 7-seater, and the Hi 4T we're getting in Australia, we're getting it in September, I believe. It's not going to be also in a 7-seater anymore, it's in a 5-seater configuration because the rear battery takes up the space underneath the rear floor and they can't fit your 7 seats in. So far, so good. This is awesome. We also might be getting these in. It's like a lip that finishes off the bumper bar and it's full steel solid. See that? Full solid. So this guy here is the manufacturer. This is his car, and we will be possibly bringing these into Australia. So you don't need to replace your whole bar. You keep the plastic bumper above and you do a little bumper trim cut, and then you install this on your Tank 500. So it's like if you want to go on the beach and say, for instance, you hit a sand dune or something and you smack this, you're not going to damage your front bumper bar. You'll just smack the big steel reinforcement underneath. So that is for the rear and the front of the vehicle. So they haven't done the rear bar chop yet, they've only done the front. But this is the Hi 4T Tank 500 facelift. So you can see this is the full autonomous driving. So it's got all the cameras here, plus it's got the LiDAR on the roof, and that is what is putting onto your instrument. So that uses all of this, so it uses camera and all your LiDAR to be able to make the decisions when it's in autonomous mode. It's very similar to the Tank 500, so all the dash throughout here is all the same. You've got the identical steering wheel. It's a different center console, so what they've done is they've changed the whole center console here. Different cup holders in the center. Obviously you haven't got your big gear stick anymore, so it's a lot more minimalistic throughout the front here. And you make your, obviously D as a park is all up on the stalk, all right? So they've changed it from up here to up there. And down here you've got your climate control. So what do you guys think? Do you reckon this is a good update on the current Tank 500? Or do you think you like the original configuration? So you've still got all your 4-low, your twin lockers here, all your mountain modes, so you can change all your modes on here. What do you guys think? I mean, to me, I don't think it really bothers me. I didn't mind the stick, and I mean, I'll get used to the stalk, because I mean, I have driven cars with this. The Emoto 9 I drove a few weeks ago also had the stalk, and there's no issues with having a stalk mounted selector. I don't think it's a really bad thing to have. We'll also be having this suspension that is in this vehicle coming to Australia very shortly, so stay tuned. I was really impressed with the suspension just driving around the city. Obviously, I've been driving around in cars, in the back of cars, so I haven't physically driven this vehicle. But just from riding in the back of it, from a comfort perspective, the suspension is amazing. It is way better than any car I've been in currently driving around town. Way more comfortable, way more compliant over all the bad roads here. And so really happy. Anyway, what do you guys think of the Tank 500 Hi 4T facelift? Let me know in the comments.